Hey, welcome to Monday Live. Vicki Genfan, so great to see you.
Hey, great to be here.
Do you want me to try to noodle along with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
What do you call that?
This These are my Muriel uppers.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the song, or is it just a straight jam?
It's just a jam.
Just a jam.
Just a jam.
Yeah, you're just such a lovely player. And I see you have the super trebles attached. Look at that.
Yeah, I call them uppers. I know they're super trebles. So yeah, Muriel and I were talking before we jumped on here, and I was saying I'm so reckless at this point because I haven't practiced enough with them. But my hands know what to do here, and they know how to play drums and where to go. But when all of a sudden I've got how many notes? How many strings?
Well, you've got 8 on there. I take one off and I play with 7.
Maybe that's the trick. But you actually gave me the best idea, which is so common sense. She said to me, anchor your thumb here on the first of those strings, or anchor on the top. So at least I have some idea of where my fingers might want to go and where the next string might be. So that's a really good idea.
Right. I should pull out my super trebles too. We can do double super trebles.
Yeah. So being that I tune the guitar in so many different tunings, I have really enjoyed, putting the guitar in a tuning and then finding a tuning for these. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just really fun. So I'm so glad that they exist. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad that you got them. So, I had asked a bunch of builders to make them for me over the years. Mm-hmm. And finally I asked Lucas Brunner up in Levin, Switzerland, if he could make some attachables. And I see you just took them off, right?
I just took them off. Yep.
Yeah, they just hug the guitar.
They attach with this. This is a really strong rubber, attachment. And you just, it's a really great design.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to make another batch of them. We're completely out right now. So I just sent him an email today asking when the next batch would come in. So
very cool.
So so we've got some more converts for super trebles. Yay!
Super trebles.
Super trebles will take over the world.
That's all right. That would be a good thing.
It was John Doan who introduced me to the super treble. So he had it on his harp guitar.
Okay.
So in addition to the sub basses here, he's
right.
got these, and so this one was made by Mike Doolin, and my first one didn't have the super treble. So I said, Mike, can you make me another one and make it with the super trebles?
Yeah.
They just add a different dimension to it. So
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I know the harp guitar is super ancient, really, right? I mean, I think it's an old instrument. Is that true? That its origins?
Yeah, it's origins, yeah. Back in the Renaissance, they made all sorts of instruments with lots of different numbers of strings, and this was, one of the unusual instruments that came out of that period. And different builders made them in Europe, and there were some well-known classical players who gravitated to the harp guitar. Mm-hmm. But in America, they were just around and being made here between 1890 and 1920.
But not with the high
trebles. No.
So that was really a new invention. Very cool.
I'll have to ask John, where the first ones came from, because he had them, and since I had a harp guitar without the super trebles, I had asked about the attachable ones, and then found that we could do just what you did, is attach them to a regular guitar. Yeah. And then you know what? You can now go to the harp guitar gathering officially.
Can I really?
You can. Yes,
you are
now. Once you put them on, then you're officially a harp guitar.
Wow, my identity has just expanded. That's so cool.
Yeah, you can hang with us.
You.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Hot tamales. Cool.
Well, why don't I have you play another one? And you have some, and then we'll talk about your projects. You've got some awesome projects coming up. Yeah,
crazy.
I really want to feature those.
Okay, cool.
So,
I'll play a tune called Newgrass.
Okay.
Here we go. And if anybody cares, the tuning is a low C tuning, C, G, D, G, C, D.
Yes. Wow.
There you go. Do I want headphones in or headphones out? Half in.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, great stuff, Vicki.
Well, made me sweat.
Yeah. We have greetings coming in from all over the place. We have a good day from Veronica. And April, we want to know what you are making for dinner, okay? So,
Please.
and, yeah, that's right.
Let me take a look.
And hey from Deb, too. So,
Hey, Deb.
yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
So, you have some interesting things coming up that you were just hinted at a little bit when we were talking.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's a big project. It's probably the biggest project that I've embarked upon, and it's the brainchild of my wife, Tay, and myself. And it's about a tour across the country, driving in 2 vans and a truck, a box truck. And I've invited 2 other artists. I've a guitarist named Allie Todd. I'm assuming you know Allie, Muriel. Do you know her?
oh yeah.
Yeah, from
yeah.
Scotland. And my friend Sally Barker, an incredible singer-songwriter from England.
Right.
And Sally and I have been touring for 20 years together in Europe, and recently met Allie. And it just felt like this would be a really interesting pairing, because we're all really, really different. And Allie's got a totally different guitar style than me. Sally's got this amazing voice. We all 3 could sing. So I thought, we're going to go across the country. We're going to it's so that I got to be clear. I got to be concise, Vicki. Okay. We're going to make a record. We're going to write music while we're driving across country. We're going to park at 4 national monuments, 2 in New Mexico, 1 in Colorado, 1 in Nevada. We
Now
are
you
going
have
to
this all
set
thought
up.
out.
We're going to set up pop-up studios, pop-up recording studios, because Tay's got these stack-it gobos that we literally can just put together like logos, like Legos. Make walls that can isolate the 3 of us. So we'll be standing at like this incredible landmark, view. You know, Muriel, you've done so much stuff outdoors, you and Brian. So it's an outdoor crazy excursion where we're going to record outside, music that we've written on the road, and make a record. And that's the shortest version of it I can come up with. There's many layers to it. We'll be camping most of the time. And
Right.
We just happened to have known a friend who worked for the Bureau of Land Management who got us permission to actually go onto the monuments and set up and record, which is crazy because nobody's really ever done it like that. So, yeah, that's the quick version. If it sounds at all interesting to you,
It does.
check out, to anybody out there, check out my website, VickiGenfan.com. And if you just scroll down a little bit, there's going to be a link to our fundraiser, which tells you all about it. And there's just a bunch of ways you can be involved, or just to spread the word. We're really excited about it. We leave May 16th, and we'll be gone for 6 weeks. Halfway through, we're going to end up in Washington and be able to watch the Joni Mitchell and Brandi Carlile concert at the Gorge Amphitheater. So that's kind of our bonus after we've done this trek of recording. And then we head back and hit a couple of spots, Montana. We hope to do something in Nashville, and then back to North Carolina for a really awesome homecoming concert. So, yeah, it's called Monumental Journey, and it is monumental. We're kind of pulling our hair out. It's a big project, and it's really fun, and I can't wait to do it, and I can't wait for it to be over and to go, oh, that was amazing, we did it, I can go to sleep now.
I know that from doing All-Star Guitar Nights,
Right,
Can't wait for it to happen, but then you can't wait for it to be over, too.
Both are true. So, yeah, thank you for asking about that and letting me talk about it.
Well, that's cool. I'm gonna check it out in more detail on your site. Seriously, yeah, that sounds cool. I have, just as of today, I got in touch with Nadia Kosinkaja, another great guitarist, and we're talking about a project sometime in the future too. And so I can't give away too much, but we're doing all these things with women musicians here. What you're doing.
There's a lot of us.
Next week on Monday Live, I'm going to have Alison Brown. Wow, she's one of my favorite musicians. She's just fantastic, banjo and guitar. She's just a great player.
That's going to be great.
Well, let's jam on something. I'm thinking of something that is inspired by the great outdoors. Well, how about well, it's not really, but Midnight Solo would be one that you could
Okay,
find something
yeah.
on. I'm in E minor here.
That was beautiful.
Oh, fun. You put some nice stuff in there.
Now,
Man, we
did you,
should... Go ahead.
did you write that? That's your own song, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it was written, when I was missing my friends. I was by myself in Holland, actually. And it was midnight. And so when I wrote that, so hence Midnight Solo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. It captures that perfectly.
Yeah, we got to play some more together. It's so much fun to play with you. And
It is.
even with the lag,
Even out of time, yes.
Yeah, even out of time.
Yeah.
Imagine how it will sound in time.
I know, I was thinking about that, like, oh man, I wish, but it's still fun. It's still fun to
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I have one that you might be able to, you definitely, I think there's room for you to play. I've got a capo on, so it's F sharp
Okay.
minor.
All right, I'll try on the harp guitar, because I've got a few extra bits here.
And it's a singing song. So the verse is all F sharp minor to A. sharp 7. Back to the F sharp. So I'm going to ask you to play a little less rhythmically.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Because
we have
with the
lag.
time lag, I'm hearing 2 completely different time zones. So a little more spread out would help me. Otherwise, I'm
Okay.
going to be lost. So this is this is a song about writing songs, and it's called Offerings. Okay. The pressure is on. I've got to give you a song. You want to sing it along with me. You're not the ones feeling queasy. You think that this is so easy. I get to follow my dreams. What if it's too revealing? What if it has no meaning? What if I've nothing to say? Well, I can invent excuses. It's only me who says such a high price to pay. Here we go. When I look deep inside, oh, I see what heaven has sent these jewels to me. They are my offering to you. Do, 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 do. What my daddy said to me just last night, nothing's ever gonna be just right. Don't let it stand in your way. What if I just plow through this, gave up the perfectionist, let my spirit out to play? Well, can't I be bold and take a chance, give up the long list of I can'ts and give into the muse? Too much rumination, I need a little celebration to help me lighten up these blues. When I look deep inside, I see what heaven has sent these jewels to be. They are my offerings. B minor. Once I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm standing on this sacred ground. They are my offerings to you. Now we're going to end on a F sharp major. There we go. Thank you. Nice.
Ah, such a cool song. When did you write that, and why did you write that? I mean, where did it come from?
Well, I wrote that on the very first night of a writing retreat that I put myself on in the year like 2000 or 1999. I had a friend who was going away, my dear friend Chris Miller, and she actually paid me to babysit her house, knowing that I really was just going to write songs. So it was the night, the eve of my first day, and I was a nervous wreck thinking, oh my God, I have to write songs. I have a week. I wanted to do it, but I was terrified. I had dinner with my dad, and he said, he was like, my dad was kind of curmudgeon-y. My dad was why I play music. He got me playing when I was 5 years old. So, I mean, I'm eternally grateful. But, he was kind of gnarly, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And he's like, stop being a perfectionist, stop being a perfectionist. And so in the song, the lyric goes, "My daddy said to me just last night, nothing's ever going to be just right. Don't let it get in your way." And that's exactly what he said to me. And I went home that night to the house, and I wrote that song.
Yeah.
You know, it was the kind of my entry. And I wrote a lot. I wrote a ton of music that week. It was amazing. I should do it again sometime. Yeah. That was 23 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, a writing retreat sounds like a great idea, whether it's a self-imposed writing retreat.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
Or one that, where you get together with other people and get some inspiration.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
do you ever do you go through periods where you write more and then you feel blocked? I mean, how is it for you?
Yeah, definitely periods. And yeah, there was a period where there were like years I didn't write hardly anything. And then when I met Leo and Rauji of Tierra Negra, that
Yeah.
just a whole bunch of them percolated that week. Just poof, they all just came
Isn't
out.
that cool? Yeah.
And I'm kind of looking for another string. And then when I went sailing with Brian,
Yeah.
I wrote a bunch of new. I have one. I'll see if I can do it. Let me. We have a special guest actually who just
Oh,
popped
cool.
into the green room. So let's do. Maybe we'll do one more or something like that, and then bring Tony up. So I was
Bring him
thinking
on.
at. St. Patrick's Day, for some reason, I was thinking of Tony McManus. Right?
Good thought.
Right, if that happens, right? And so
Leprechauns,
I gave
Tony
him a
McManus.
call, and let's just pop him in here. Tony,
Tony.
Good day. How are you?
hey. So I thought that you for sure would be in Ireland or Scotland or Canada where you live. So, but where are you right now?
I'm in the beautiful town of Katoomba in the Blue Mountains of New South Wales, Australia.
Oh, wow.
And I just did the festival. This is the story of my life in terms of luck. I did the festival, the Blue Mountains Music Festival, for the fourth time at the weekend. And on Sunday, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which I loved. And I stayed on an extra day because there's some spectacular views. And it's now Tuesday morning here, and it's been raining ever since the festival finished.
Oh, that is not fair.
So there's no point. And there's a place that half a mile down the road called Echo Point, which has this astonishing view of this rock formation called the Three Sisters, and then the big valley over down the Blue Mountains. And there's no point going down there because I can see the clouds from my room here. So that's where I'm at. But I was in Melbourne for Paddy's Day. Somebody said, on St. Patrick's Day, everyone is just a little bit Irish, except the Scots. We're still Scottish.
Except for the Scots.
Well, I'm very much of Irish descent, so I have a foot in both buckets, so to speak.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, Tony, maybe would you be so kind as to join me for a whole Monday Live one of these days?
I'd love to do that.
I've got you, on camera, agreeing now to do it.
It's
The world is your witness.
That's right. You've all witnessed
Well,
it now. He says yes, right?
Muriel, we've been friends for years. I'd be honored and delighted to do it.
Ah.
I have some ideas of tunes that we could play.
Oh,
Um,
great.
Well, I think that would be a lovely thing. It's great to hear you jamming with Vicki.
That's fun stuff.
And
Well,
you're in Nashville?
I'm in Nashville now, yep. And then I go to Illinois for Easter, St. Louis on the way. Good Friday, I'm playing in St.
Okay.
Louis, and then in Paris for a week. Yep,
Fabulous.
right after
The
Easter.
Paris or a Paris?
The Paris, yes.
The Paris. There's
Yes.
a Paris, Ontario. There's probably a Paris, New South Wales.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just doing a little gig. I'll try to live stream it. I haven't gotten it set up yet, but I'll let you know when I get the live stream set up, so you can all join me
Sounds
in
brilliant.
Paris.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's such a great city.
No, it is. So there's an independent film festival, so that's the excuse to go there. It's a lame excuse, I know, but
What's the name of the festival, Muriel?
ECU, and
I have to
independent,
see it.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so it's and I was asked to play on the showcase, so I said okay. So
Wow.
Yeah, just twist my arm a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paris in April, okay. But you
Harrison,
know what? Brian is still going to be on the sailboat in Bahamas. He won't be able to join me, so I'm taking my sister. So
Awesome.
yeah, so
I'm available.
yeah. I thought you were still going to be touring in Australia.
Yeah, I'm in Australia to the middle of
Yes, I think you.
middle of
Yeah.
April.
Otherwise, I would have
Yeah.
asked you, of course. Well,
Oh,
why don't you
cool.
play something for us? Give us a little
All right.
taster of what we're going to have later on, right? Okay.
Shall I tell you a little story about this? You know, we guitar players, we have this kind of etiquette thing, particularly in airports. You know, if you see someone walking down the concourse with a gig bag on the back, you're just going to nod and acknowledge membership of the fraternity. You know, we all do it.
Right, right, we do.
And you know, you don't need to stop and say, you don't need to know the person, you know. But so I was walking along the concourse at concourse in LAX a few years ago, and there was a guy with jet black hair and a black leather jacket, a black leather gig bag protruding up the spine. And I thought, oh, guitar player. I said hello, and he said hello back to me, and I walked on 4 paces. I thought, that was Jeff Beck. I did a quick double take, and it was Lord Jeff of Beck. And to make it more absurd, I didn't have a guitar with me. It was just some random belter saying hello in an airport. So we lost Jeff. This is a tune from my kind of genre that he recorded. He played a bunch of
Oh, really?
Celtic music in a way that only Jeff Beck could. So this is kind of cheeky as a tribute to him, because it was written by Donald Lunny as a tribute to someone else, a bass player called Declan McManus. So this is a slow air called Declan, and then maybe a jig for Paddy's Day from Scotland. So Declan.
Oh,
Ooh, that was great,
fantastic.
Tony.
Yes.
Very much.
Wow.
Thank you for that ripple.
Well, Neil is posting in here. He says that, okay, we heard you now live committing that you're going to be on a Monday live. And he suggests that everyone, if you see a like button, push the like button. So it looks
Well,
like,
I'm looking forward to it. I have a
yeah,
couple of
yeah.
days off on this tour, and it would be really lovely if we could do the full thing. I've been enthralled listening to you and Vicky.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
next week I have Alison Brown. I'm going to be doing it at her studio, actually,
My
in
record
downtown
company.
Nashville.
You're doing it from their studio?
From their studio next Monday.
Oh, I
But we'll
recorded
look at our
I recorded
calendars.
an album in that studio.
Oh,
I have
you
very fond
did?
memories. I
Ah,
did with a crazy one for your guitar people. It was an album that came out of Swananoa, which I think is where I know Vicky from first. We've all known each
Yeah,
other for many, many years. It's hard
yes,
to
yes.
remember
yeah.
where we first met. But one I think it was the first year I taught at Swananoa. I had Paul Humiller was in my class, and he would turn up every day with a different high-end luthier built guitar. And what's going on here? And we hatched it. He's one of the top dealers in North America, and we ended up with this plan for me to record an album with a different guitar on each track, and we did it in the Compass studio in Nashville. It was fantastic. He drove from Weaverville, North Carolina, to Nashville, Tennessee, with I think $185,000 worth of guitars
Ooh,
in the
fun.
back of the truck. So what did you do when you had to stop? For a restroom stop. He said I parked. He said I parked where I could see it.
Right.
But I love that studio, and Alison is great, astounding musician.
Yeah, she's just amazing.
But you're
Yes, it's
such a
you.
great catalyst, Muriel, bringing people together. That's
Yeah.
in such a huge part of your career with the All-Star Guitar Nights, and all the stuff that you do in Nashville. It's
Well, it
such a
just kind of happened. I don't know.
You say that, but these things never just happen. They all
No.
take input and creativity and
Effort.
connections and nurturing relationships and.
Well, I mean, I guess there's, it's first having some wild-eyed idea, and then
Yeah.
the next thing is to make it happen.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
and once you
I-
let the idea out, you're kind of like, you have to do it.
For sure.
Right. Well, there were so many times where I said, look, it's just too much work. I'm not doing another All-Star Guitar Night. And then somebody would come up to me and say, I met my hero at All-Star Guitar Night. And, and I'd always wanted to, well, Richard Smith was one of those who came up one time and said, I always wanted to play with Chet Atkins, and I got to here at your All-Star Guitar Night. And so I said, okay, I got to do another one. But the next year, somebody would come up and say, well, this changed my life. I met my best friend there. I said, okay, I got to do another one. And so, and they kind of kept on going like that. But, and then
Well, it's
yeah,
great,
I
though.
have to thank True Fire for helping me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just producing those, and really did a great job.
We're all part of that family, are we
You
not?
are, yes.
Vicky
Yeah, you well
too.
played.
Yes,
Yes.
It's such
I've got,
a
yeah.
tremendous platform. I remember asking Brad, how many students do you have? And it was some catastrophically huge number. And, I'm a mathematician and it frightened me. And I said, where are they all? He said, anywhere there's an internet connection, you'll find a True Fire student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
it's been such a great thing. But just think about those all-star guitar nights.
Yeah.
I've done a couple of them. I've been fortunate to be invited by you a number of times.
Oh, that
But
was
the
all
one I
fortune.
the one the one I
Oh,
remember
luck.
so clearly was Nashville, where the star of the show was Les Paul.
That's right.
And I mentioned this to a friend in Glasgow who was head of light entertainment at BBC Radio Scotland, who sadly just passed away himself, Rab Noakes. And the first thing he said was, Les Paul, do you know how to operate a DAT machine? 'Cause this was a number of years ago.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, well, I have a mini disc recorder and a stereo microphone. See if you can get an interview. And I think you helped arrange that. And he was just fantastic.
Yeah, wasn't
It
he?
was at the
So
Ryman,
giving.
yeah, the Ryman Auditorium in the dressing room, and he posted, I think it was his son that was posted on the door
Mhm.
so that we wouldn't be disturbed, even by Steve Morse sound checking on the stage. But that was such a treat.
Yeah, there
And
were
he
some
was
big
I'll
times.
tell you what I remember, he was the last person to leave the building because there was such a queue, people, wanting autographs and can you sign this? Can you sign my guitar?
Yeah.
And including me. He didn't sign my guitar. I had the insert from the CD, which he signed. But I didn't get the photo. And maybe that's okay because loads of people were wanting little bits of his time. But those events were fantastic.
Yeah, they
Well,
really
thank you.
were.
I tell you, I can use some help to put together another one. So if anyone's out there and likes to help with organizing things, crazy things like that, get in touch with me. 'Cause, yeah, I'd love to do
Yep.
another one, but I need a new team.
Yeah.
The True
Yeah.
Fire people have gotten too busy. They've got so many
Yeah.
so many irons in their fire. So
I
yeah.
know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great
We have a
question.
question from Veronica. She wanted to know, Tony, are you going to be playing in Brisbane?
Last
Brisbane,
week,
Australia. Last week. Oh, she missed it.
I did 2 gigs in Brisbane and an in-store. I played at a fantastic shop called Guitar Brothers in Red Hill. It was just 2 hours of me wittering on and on and on, just questions and playing and then questions and more of the same. Great fun. Brisbane, it's a tough town. Like, I don't think I've played the same venue there twice. So which makes it kind of difficult to establish a presence. I've played the same place in Sydney a number of times. The National Festival in Canberra, Brisbane, and there's a number of different promoters who all seem to be stretched quite thinly. But it's a great, great city. I've been I used to play guitars made there by Chris Melville, who's phenomenal Australian luthier. So I have good connections with Brisbane. I love it dearly. It's expanding enormously. Like Melbourne and
Really?
Brisbane are going to catch up with Sydney. Sydney, because of the geography, Sydney can't expand because there's mountains in the way. But Melbourne is blossoming, and so is Brisbane. Great city. I love it dearly. I spent my birthday there this year, so that was cool. So I'll be back in a heartbeat, and I'll hire a publicist this time so that you don't find out the week after.
That's right. Well, we have some Swananoa alumni who are chiming in, saying hello. Hey, greetings. Greetings to you. We've all played at the Swananoa Gathering. This
Yeah.
year, I'm going to be doing 2 different workshops. I'm going to be doing Andy McKee's guitar workshop in
Oh, fantastic.
Nashville, and then I'm doing Neil Hogan's International Guitar Camp in California. That one's already sold out.
Wow.
That was for September. But I think there may be some left, the Nashville one that Andy McKee's doing. Yeah.
You're going to be teaching this summer, Vicki?
No, I'm not. I'm going to be performing in Michigan at what used to be the Women's Michigan Festival, and now it's a branch off of that. It's a kind of another version of it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be camping on the land, playing music.
Fantastic.
That's where we'll be.
You have this fantastic mobile setup, do you not? Where
We do. We do.
you can
And
just home can be wherever you are.
yeah, Tay
Which is a
has
lovely-
put together a crazy thing, and on our Monumental Journey tour that we're getting ready to do in May, we actually have another van that a friend of ours has left for us to guard over for the time being, and that's like a luxury. They did it, it's like a luxury van, but similar to our Sprinter. It's small, but
Right.
it's like gorgeous and lithium batteries for days, and it's going to be really great. Yeah,
That's fantastic.
mobileness.
Well,
Well,
Vicki,
I'm doing a couple of. Can I plug mine?
yes.
Is there an etiquette there? and I'll be at Swannanoa,
Okay.
which I'm looking forward to enormously. And I'm going to drive. I live about 15 hours away actually it's longer than that, in southern Ontario. But the week before, the week before Swannanoa, I'm going to be doing Richard Thompson's Frets and Refrains
Wow.
camp in Woodstock. And then some gigs with Paul Aspel up in New England. In between that and then the following week, I'm going to drive down to North Carolina for another bite of Swannanoa. And I'm going to be back. That Richard's event is at a place called the Full Moon Resort in Big Indian, just
It's a
outside.
great place. It's a great place.
You've been there, isn't it fantastic?
Yeah, it really is.
It's, I don't know, I hope this doesn't get back to him. It's the most underworked gig ever. Swannanoa, they work you pretty hard.
work you. They do.
Steve Kaufman works his instructors like barnyard animals. Like it's hard work. It's very rewarding. But those camps, your duties on the Friday, you have to turn up for a farewell lobster breakfast.
That's rough.
And that's it. So yeah, Richard's one is there. And then late August, I'm back at the same venue for Martin Taylor's guitar camp there. So that should be fun. I've got 3 weeks of teaching. I don't know about you guys. That's how I got through the pandemic. It's just teaching private lessons online.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I
Because
started,
everything evaporated.
Yeah. Teaching.
Yeah, we've been. I've got a class that's come together, through the pandemic, and we've been having a lot of fun where we're doing tunes that are. We have the writer or the arranger sit in on our classes quite often.
Oh, cool.
So we had Mason Williams sit in when we did Classical Gas.
Nice.
And just in the mail today, he just sent me this. Just came.
See, you can do that when you live in Nashville, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Eugene, Oregon.
Oh,
But,
well, then, what am I
he
saying?
he popped in online, and he just sent me this. It's a takeoff on Can't Help Falling in Love with How Elvis Sings. And totally written out arrangement and recording. So that was just really fun. And we're working on Mountains of Illinois right now. Pat Bergeson, who composed it, is going to sit in 1 week. So
that's wonderful.
so it's just been fun. So I'll let you know when one of them requests one of your tunes, in which case we'll give you another call.
That's fantastic.
Well, Vicki, do you have another tune in you, or?
Sure.
Yeah, and maybe Tony or I could throw in random notes, or you could do it yourself. Either way. So,
I'm going to do a C minor blues.
Okay.
It's an expensive key.
It's called Blow Out That Flame. Am I even in tune though? If you're going to noodle, I should make sure I am, that I haven't slipped. Better, I think. 3, 4. only just a flicker. You're the one who fans the flame. The ash is cold and he's long gone. Been months since he left. No phone calls and yet you told me you don't want him coming back. I don't understand why you wanna be the keeper of the pain. As your best friend, I'm gonna say it again. Go out that flame. Well, I watch you second guess as you romanticize the past. Well, he's gone and you said you were fine with that. Why is it so hard to move on? He let you close the door, he's gone. Quit acting like you want him, call him back. I don't understand why you wanna be the keeper of the pain. As your best friend, gonna say it again. Go out that flame. Yeah. Why you wanna keep flirting with that flicker? Is there something you're afraid to see? Joni Cord. Is there a hole you're trying to keep from getting bigger? 'Cause if you can't feel it, girl, neither can he. Somebody take a solo. I don't know how, what to think. You got to let him go, yeah. As your best friend, I'm gonna say it one more time. Oh, oh. Gotta blow it out. Blow out that flame. Blow out that flame. Okay, dramatic ending. Here we go. Let's see if we can all play the riff together.
Excuse me 1 second. Hi.
I'm fine.
5 minutes. In about half an hour.
Oh, so cool.
Can I have your, yeah.
Thanks for noodling.
Oh, yes, cool factor was
No problem.
off the charts there. Well, I guess we'll finish off with one more here.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah,
Pleasure.
yeah.
I got interrupted by my hotel guy.
Yeah. Hey, at least I waited till the song was over.
No, he didn't.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear it.
You check out. What time you check out?
Just another
soon
That's
random.
what that extra percussive bit
Yeah,
was.
just another random element, you know?
Yeah,
I love those things.
yeah,
Life on the road.
that's
We
right. Yeah. Well, it was interesting that you could hear Tony's jamming, riffs and stuff that's coming in from Australia. You realize that? And then you're in North Carolina, right?
Yep.
And I'm in Nashville. So yeah,
Music knows no boundaries.
yeah, that's right.
Modern technology. There's no time zones.
No, definitely.
So
Or
it's
time
it's
signature.
it's checkout time here. I better do the decent thing.
Oh, you got to check out.
I have
go for
I have to drive down the mountain down to Sydney, where hopefully it won't be raining, and then I'm gradually making my way to a place called Yakandanda, which could only be in Australia.
Wow.
I can't imagine a Yakandanda in Scotland, but that's the next festival.
Wow.
On we
Wow.
go with the tour. This has
Well-
been such a pleasure. It's great to see both you guys.
Great to see you, Tony.
We're
Yes.
blessed with all these connections and relationships and music.
Well,
So,
thank-
Muriel, thanks so much for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for dropping by.
Ciao to
Yeah.
all your
Ciao.
participants, and we'll see you soon. And please keep in touch.
Okay, we'll do.
Safe
We'll see you
touring.
very soon, we hope. Okay, ciao.
I better
Bye.
go before I get booted out here.
Yeah, okay, ciao. Wow, that was fun. Fun surprise.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking we could maybe finish off with the night lights, unless there's one that you had thought of.
No,
to
no,
do.
you go ahead. I'll see if I can find a spot to put some notes in.
All right. Oh, look, so I should check my tuning on this one too. So, as we are having some cold weather here in Nashville.
Wow, it's been cold here too.
Yeah, that affects the tuning. Yeah, good thing I checked here. It would be an interesting nightlight thing. All right. Oh, that was lovely.
That was beautiful. I sure, I can't wait to go back and hear actually how it actually.
How it sounded at the
how
end.
the whole-
Yeah, it
the
sounded
whole
nice
show
for me.
sounded.
So
Yeah.
we have no idea how it sounded for you all out there.
Hopefully you all got some good things out of there too. It was totally
so-
fun. Thank you, Muriel, so much.
Thank you, Vicki. And we were talking about some new tunes. There is one I'm working on this week. I'll see if I can get it to you next week. We'll see. Maybe I'll have.
Cool.
Have
Good stuff.
Allison Brown join me on that. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, have a great show next
Oh,
week.
thank you. Well, it was a great show with you, Vicki. So wonderful to have you join me. So, and all
Thank
the
you.
best with your projects this week. VickiGenfan.com. So,
See you there.
all right. So long.
Thanks, Muriel. Thanks,
Vicki.
everyone.
Thanks. Bye.